voice of the blues queen, that is, of course, Cass Hawkins, otherwise known as Mama Cass as well, too. Okay, music now from Dublin-based indie rock band Bravado. These guys are absolutely brilliant. Big fan. Love this tune too. It's one called The Angels of Despair. It's 16 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Just to let you know, we got Serpent, Cardi Tyrone metal rock band coming your way live on air. Bit of a chat. We're going to be featuring their 4-track EP Fear in about 5 or 6 minutes time, right here on your FM, the home of live good local music. So don't go away. 101.4 your FM and the Shoebox Show.
Your FM, Myriad Morn's community station.
Well, it's just gone 23 and a half minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. You're very welcome back to the programme. It is the Shoebox Show on your FM 101.4 with me, Gerry Martin. As always, bringing you the very best in unsigned music from unsigned artists. And this Tuesday is absolutely no exception. We have a band live in studio with us this evening. They are called Serpent, and we're going to have a wee chat with them right now about the kind of music they do, what they are, and all about them indeed. And as I said to you earlier, they are taking part in the Armageddon Festival, which is happening this coming Saturday. Armageddon, Armagh's first rock and metal festival, this Saturday the 2nd of November at the Gaslamp Bar, Thomas Street, Armagh. Doors open there at 12:30. Admission is absolutely free. It doesn't get any better than that. 10 great bands, including Rapunzel, Cashies, Serpent, who are with me here in studio, Donham Die, Nocturnal Trip, Sentinel, Elevation Falls, Lucid Nightmare, Astronaut and Supernaut, all over the course of a 12-hour period this coming Saturday in the Gaslamp Bar for Armagh's first ever rock and metal festival, Armageddon. As I said, Serpent are live with me in studio, and we're going to have a chat to the guys right now. We have Charlie with us here on drums, Graham on guitar, Connolly on guitar and backing vocals, and Oren, who plays bass and vocals. And we'll start with Oren, because Oren, it was to yourself I got into contact first about getting you guys involved in this Armageddon Festival on Saturday. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the band and where it came from, etc.
Well, I play bass and I sing for Serpent, and well, basically the band all started off me, Charlie and another boy from Cookstown. Mm-hmm. Started the band, and we went through a few people, guitar players and singers and stuff, and until finally I started a course in Armagh, mm-hmm. in the Tech, yep. doing music technology, and there I met Graham, mm-hmm. and from there we interviewed him and got him round for a little jam with us, and knew straight away that he was someone for the band.
Right, good.
And then went from there, wrote a few songs, and then our guitar player David, he ended up leaving the band, uh-huh. and from there we ended up getting Connolly, uh-huh. and Connolly's been part of the band ever since.
Okay.
And from there we recorded our EP Fear, uh-huh. and from there we've been gigging flat out Belfast and Dublin, all around the country, and just released our music video a few days ago.
Okay.
And
good stuff.
Yeah, and we're really enjoying what's happening now, and we hope to keep it going, and we're demoing at the minute for another release, hopefully. Mm-hmm. So hopefully things go well for us.
Good, excellent. On my left here I have Charlie. Charlie, you're the drummer and you're an original member of the lineup too.
Yeah.
So essentially it was yourself and Oren who are the founding members of the band, and then obviously you've got the two guys on board with you here now. How hard was it for you, do you think, getting that sound to gel, to get the right guys in? Do you think it was something that was going to happen quite quickly, or?
Well, I've been in numerous other bands, uh-huh. and they weren't necessarily of the metal genre, and I was always a big fan of metal for years, and it ended up being, when we had Graham in the band, we did realise we had a certain chemistry that was working for the originals that we were writing. Mm-hmm. And then when David left us and we got Connolly in, the style changed, but it developed mm-hmm. A lot better over mm-hmm. that time. And then we decided, we had songs already written, so we thought we'd record the EP, mm-hmm. get it out, and then now we're just writing loads of new songs, and hopefully maybe next year after, hopefully get an album out.
Well, when the band was originally formed, was it a single engine guitar fueled band with riff guitars, or was it always a dual guitar?
It was always the ideal was dual guitar.
Right, okay.
And that's how we worked it from the start.
Right, excellent, okay. And I take it most of the stuff then when you're writing, you write it collectively, guys, or does somebody come up with a riff and somebody else, layer on top of that, or what way does it work? Who's the chief songwriter, or what way does that work?
We'll work it together. Me, I'd write riffs by myself, so would Graham and so would Connolly, and even Charlie, he'd come up with riffs.
Never let a drummer write a song, never.
So, it's alright, he hums them and then we make them better. But I will participate in the writing stage, and then we usually take our idea in and then develop from there.
Good stuff. Okay, well, you have a 4-track EP out at the minute now. This is called Fear. 4 tracks on it. Myriad Truths, the second track is the title track, and then you have Envenomation. Pronounce that for me. Am I saying that right? Envenomation. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Yes.
What does it mean?
It's the state of being envenomed by a snake.
Right. So the whole serpent thing kicks in there. Okay, I've got it now. Okay. Bit slow on the uptake sometimes, but don't worry about it. And then we've got Parasite's Eve as well too. So I've listened to all 4 tracks, and they're very unique. I have to say, the actual sound that you're getting, the idea, each song, what I mean unique is each song is unique from each song. You know what I mean? You can tell there's a gel of styles coming out together musically with the riffs and the guitar work and basically the layout of the songs. Creatively, when you're putting something like that together, especially when you have to decide what goes on an EP, how hard is that? I'm sure you've got more than 4 original songs.
Oh, we have tons of songs, but putting them together, it's just that we really didn't think about. More along the lines of, we wrote 4 songs before the guitar player David left the band.
Yeah. And
then whenever we got Connolly, those were the 4 main songs that he wrote in the band with us, and then Connolly started writing more originals. And then we just thought we'd put those 4 tracks on a CD because that's what we had planned from day one. Those 4.
Right. Okay. So Graham, you come in on the band then. You're last man in.
No, Connolly was.
Connolly's last man in. Okay. We'll back up a bit here then. When you're second last man into this band, what's it like walking into a band that's pretty much already established?
It's a wee bit scary, I have to admit. I mean, you land in and they've these songs written, they're sort of expecting you to keep up with the style that they've already got going, but they were wild welcoming, like they were easy to work with, and they didn't mind me putting my own influence on it, so it was great. Like.
Okay, and then we'll come around to you, Connolly. You're sitting here, you've been very, very quiet, so you are absolutely quiet. Is he normally always this quiet?
No, he's just out of work, so he is, so he's tired.
Connolly, you're last man in then, okay? Again, same question I'm going to put to you. What's it like coming into a band where the organisation seems to be already there and you're trying to fit in from the start? What was that like?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know what to do. I came in, was given first practice, showing the songs, like, after that they basically told me a week to learn the set because I've got a gig the next week. So
no pressure at all then.
After a wee bit of panicking, I got the songs down, before that time, played in.
Okay.
Gig, like. But as Graham said, it is quite scary coming in and seeing all this here already done, and with Graham being the wizard that he is in guitar, it's very intimidating. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, well, I'll be able to see the wizard in action on Saturday. I'll be able to see his all in action on Saturday at the Slam Bar for the Armageddon. Looking forward to that. And I noticed too, it's a sort of a signature. I'm going to spin back around to you again here, Charlie, with the drums, with the metal, a lot of double kicks.
There can be, yeah. Since, the last 20 years or so, metal's been, a lot of the drumming's been based around double kick pedals and stuff, so it's fundamental of metal now, so kind of has to be used. I try not to over abuse them, but sometimes you have to use them.
But it is a stamp. It is a
it is. Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll tell you what, without further ado, we're going to take a track. Okay, this is the first track in from the EP Fear. This one's called Myriad Truths. Just before we spin it though, wouldn't you just like to tell us what this is about?
Go for it, Charlie.
Myriad Truths was it was written loosely around the film The Matrix, and it's basically about a post-apocalyptic world, and how the machines will eventually eradicate the humans, basically, in the music video. If you go look it up on YouTube,
Self-promotion.
yeah, you can see the concept there, really, and it's full, you know, the full picture. Basically, one man comes out, he's been plugged into a computer, and he comes out after knowing this sort of virtual reality, and he goes and he starts to walk around his own hometown, and everything's like decaying, everything's, the whole like ecosystem, everything's just gone, like there's no humans about, he's walking around lonely, having no idea, and then at the end of the video he plugs himself back into a computer, and it's just it was loosely written around the concept of the Matrix, so
Okay, that gives us a feel for it, and with that in mind, we'll have us listen to it now. This is Myriad Truths from Serpent, from their EP Fear, on the Shoebox on IUR FM 101.4. First track in there from the EP Fear, Serpent, and a track called Myriad Truths. And as I said, the guys are live with me here in studio, and we're going to be talking to them again in just a few minutes' time after we break for a commercial. So do stay tuned. It is, of course, the Shoebox, IUR FM 101.4 with me, Gerry Martin, all the very best in all things unsigned. As I say, Serpent live with me here in studio. We'll be back directly after this.
IUR FM, Newry and Mourne's community station.
Okay, you're very welcome back. As I said, live in studio with me are Serpent. We are a four-piece metal band from County Tyrone, and we are featuring their four-track EP, Fear. Just before the commercial break, you heard a track called Myriad Truths. Okay, so just bring the guys back in here again. They're going to tell us a little bit about that particular track, because there's more to the story than just recording that track and putting it on the EP. Charlie, you were telling me a little bit about that. You've actually made a video for that track.
yeah, that's right. The Myriad Truths music video came out there a couple of days ago, and it was recorded by two of our friends, Sean Conway and Thomas Hughes, and all the editing for the video was done by a fella, Patrick Conway, and they're from the Loop, so we place in Derry. So
okay, how long did it take to actually cut a video to do for one particular track you used to do, or did you record for more than one track, or just did you focus on this one track?
Record the video for one track?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we've only we had to play the song numerous times.
Yeah.
With obviously the EP version, because
yeah.
But no, it took all the filming, like for us actually playing, took a day, and then the concept shots of Oren in the video took another 2 days. So it was a real quick job, but the editing took forever. Took a long time, but
well, that's really where you do want to spend your time at the end of the day, isn't it? You get everything just the way you want it.
Oh yeah, no, Patrick was fantastic at producing the video. It did take a time though. It took 5 drafts, I think, 5 separate drafts of the video, and each draft taking about a month. So
right, okay. So it took a while.
Yeah,
then,
it took
all right.
a while. Yeah.
And you just actually you put it up for people to see. And where can people actually see this at the moment?
It's on YouTube. It's under Serpent's YouTube channel, which is just Serpent Band, no spaces. And it's featured on our Facebook page as well, which is facebook.com/Serpent Music 2012, which you can find it there as well. And hopefully we'll get it integrated into the page while we video tab or something sometime soon, but that's mainly where you can get it at the minute.
Okay, next track in from the EP is the title track, Oren, from the EP. Obviously, the title track called Fear. Tell us a bit about that one.
Oh, this is my favourite one for people to ask me about. It's actually about me being afraid of the dark whenever I was younger.
Right, okay.
And about all the strange thoughts I had about what could happen to me in the dark, about weird creatures coming to kill me and all that kind of crack. And it's basically that, and a weird dream I had one time where I was standing in the corner of my room watching a load of weird creatures stand over my bed looking at me.
You don't get dreams like that anymore, though, do you?
No.
Okay, well, that tells us what that one is about. And again, it's the title track from the EP. This is Fear. We're going to have a listen to it right now here on the Shoebox. Well, there you have it, the second track in, and indeed the title track from the EP, that is Fear from Serpent. My guest in studio with me here this evening on the Shoebox, IUR FM 101.4. Okay, two more tracks yet to come from this EP, and as I say, these guys are playing at the Armageddon Festival, which takes place this coming Saturday in Armagh, Armagh's first ever rock and metal festival. Guys, you are on the bill for that there. Have you worked with some of the other bands that's been there? What's the crack with that?
Yeah, well, I had no Rapunzel. Well, two of their members from the college in Armagh, and at Dunham Day we played with them before in Cookstown, and I had no Nocturnal Trip from the college as well.
And they all go to the Southern Regional College, these guys are members, yeah.
Nocturnal Trip, three of their members were at the actually all four of them now were at the college, and they've all left now. And Sentinel, only no Sentinel through Ryan. And Loose Nightmare have been good friends of mine for a while, especially Barry. And then Astronaut, I've just seen them play before, spoke to them, but when I've seen them in Kitty before, and that would be really all I know.
Was it in Stans, was it?
Caledonian or something.
Oh, the Cali, alright, okay. No, it's just the Stans in Kitty. I don't know if you've ever been out before. It's a great gig in house, so it is. They do have bands in it. It's not as often as they used to have, but when they do put a show on, they put a mighty show on there, so they really, really do. Guys, where are you gigging at the moment? What sort of places, venues do you find? Is it hard to get out there and get into that world? What's it like to try and get out there and get those gigs? And who gets them, and how do you go about getting them?
Well, for our band particularly, Oren gets all the gigs. He's the persistent one of the bunch.
Right.
As far as finding gigs, it can be hard because a lot of the bands that you would find, they do book up especially if they're putting on their own gig, the places do get booked up pretty fast, especially down south rather than up north. And then there's select venues in the north that would be run through certain promotion agencies, certain promoters. For example, in Belfast, you've got the Limelight. The gigs put on there run by the Distortion Project or Shane, and we got our gig through the Distortion Project's manager James Loveday. We did our EP launch there, and for other places that we would play, like Fibber McGee's down in Dublin, it can be run both ways. You can put on your own gig there and charge at the door, or you can go through a promoter like Stephen McHale, I think his name is. But yeah, it can be hard, especially for a band that's starting off. You know, the opportunities just to get a gig straight off the bat ain't great. But it's just it's the stepping stone.
Well, that's it. I mean, it is the hardest part of it's not the hardest part of being a band. It's great to get a band together, get these tunes together, but it's so hard to get out there and get people to appreciate the hard work that you've done to putting this all together. And then again, it is, I'm not calling it niche market. I wouldn't go as far as to say metal's a niche market. It's certainly not, definitely not in this country. But in terms of entertainment, in terms of venues catering for it, you're up against the venues that are doing the discos, even doing the country and doing the two-piece and all that nonsense. It's very, very, very hard to get into a live music, what you would call a select live music venue, and there's so many different bands, I suppose, vying, trying to get those spots. So it's excellent that you are getting out there and getting the word out there. But anyway, we're going to take another track from the EP, and I love the title of this one. It's called Envenomation. Obviously, you explained to me earlier what it was, but explain that word to everybody else.
Envenomation, it's the state of being envenomed by a snake, so we thought it was very fitting with the band being called Serpent and all that, so
so basically it's the state of after being bitten by the snake, the poison in your system. Okay, cool. Who came up with that?
it was you or David, wasn't it?
Me and David
Right.
would have came up with it. The guitar player. That was the first ever song we wrote.
I think
Yeah, it was the first song we wrote. Yeah.
It's an absolutely cracking word. I really love it. I'm going to remember that word. Invenomation. Absolutely. Anyway, this is what it sounds like. Third track in from the EP Fear from the band that are Serpent here on IUR FM 101.4.
Digital at IURFM.com and live on FM 101.4 from Newry. This is IUR FM News Update.
Okay, you're very, very welcome back. It's 4 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock into the final hour of the Shoebox with me, Gerry Martin, here on IUR FM 101.4. Once again, just to remind you, if you'd like to get in contact with the show, you can text us via the text service. Text the word IUR FM, spelled IUR FM, followed by your message and your name to 07766 40 41 42. That's 07766 40 41 42. Or you can also get in touch via the Facebook page. Simply find our Facebook, IUR FM. Drop us a wee note there, we'll say hello to you. Simples. Okay, live in studio with me are Serpent from County Tyrone, a metal band who are taking part in Armageddon this coming Saturday night. Once again, for those of you who don't know, Armageddon is Armagh's first ever rock and metal festival. It's the forerunner to what's hopefully will be a 3-day annual event around Halloween every year. But this year, as I say, it's a one-day event in one venue, and that venue is the Gaslamp Bar, Thomas Street, Armagh. Doors open there at 12:30, and once again, I can't stress this enough, admission is absolutely free. Free. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. Absolutely free. Completely, totally, and utterly free. 10 great bands taking part. The show kicks off at around 1 o'clock in the day and will continue for 12 hours, right through to 1 o'clock the following morning. That's this Saturday, 2nd of November. And if you're a metal fan, that's not to be missed. Anyway, as I said, one of those bands who are performing are called Serpent. They're from County Tyrone. They are a 4-piece metal band, and they are in studio here with me as we speak. We have been featuring their 4-track EP entitled Fear. We've had 3 of those tracks. I nearly had them the wrong way around there, but that would have been my fault. We had Myriad Truths, we had Fear, Invenomation, a word I just absolutely love now. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to sicken people saying that now. People are going to get really fed up with me going around saying, hey, Invenomation. But it is a
It's okay.
cracking word and a great song too, lads. And okay, tell us a little bit about the actual EP. Where was it recorded? How was it recorded? And we'll tell you what, we'll go to the lads here because they haven't said an awful lot. So I'll tell you what, we'll go to Connolly here. We'll bring him in because he's sitting there very, very quiet. He hasn't said much. So bring yourself in close to the mic and tell us a little bit about making this EP, what it was like.
Well, the EP itself was recorded in Dungannon.
Mm-hmm.
In a wee, what was it? Be like a, it was a youth club in a wee room.
Uh-huh.
And I recorded off Owen's wee multi-track, so got all the parts done for it, and then we brought it down to Dublin.
Okay, well, before you get that far, come in a little bit closer to the microphone so I can hear you there too. The other thing is, when you say you recorded it on the multi-track in Dungannon in a wee room and stuff like that there, how did you go about it? Did you do it like a live recording, or did you just take it in parts, or what way did you do it?
No, it was taking parts track by track. Just recorded that there, each track. It didn't take that long, like, but yeah, that's it really.
Okay, good stuff. Well, fair enough. Sort of getting the idea of what it was like. So, Graham, when you were putting your part in on the recording as well too, what was it like? Were you sitting about waiting for the guys to do their bit and go, come on, let me get playing here, what's the cracker? What was it like? What was the atmosphere like when you were recording it?
Well, actually, when we were recording my parts, me and Oren decided that because we had a bit of a time limit and we had about a week, I think me and Oren sort of just holed up in a wee room in my house and spent about 5 hours getting all my parts done in one night. And that was probably the longest 5 hours that I've ever had to deal with ever. It was so warm and I kept making mistakes. And like,
was there beer on the job? No
beer. No.
5 hours. It was actually 7.5.
7.5. If there had been beer, there would have been bottles thrown. Yes. Point. But it was a good experience anyway.
Okay, so at this stage now we've moved from a small room in Dungannon into an even smaller room somewhere with where it was very warm and no beer at all.
No beer at all.
So okay, well obviously you can't play drums in a small room like that there. So tell us, What that was like, Charlie, how did that come about then? Was there a guide track put down first that you had to follow, or what was it like?
The shadow tracks were recorded, with a click track, and then I played along with the combined shadow track and click track when I was recording in the youth centre in Dungannon. And like I said, it was done in parts. Mine, I was only ever able to record for I think like an hour or two on Friday, and it took a couple of weeks, but we got it, in a couple of sessions. And as far as recording the drums, it was fine because I weren't did all the prep work, all the mics and all were all set up before I even came in, so it was just a matter of going in, hitting play, and then hitting record. But it was my first time ever recording drums properly, and one of the first times ever playing with a click track and everything, so you could imagine it'd be a bit of a nightmare, but we got through it.
Okay, and what did the vocals go on last then, or what was the crack with that?
Yeah, well, actually the vocals, they were recorded in the TAC in Armagh.
Right, okay.
Because we have the recording studio there. And since me and Graham were doing the music technology course, we had access to the studio. So we went in, and Graham would have engineered it all, and I would have went into the lovely small vocal booth and sang, and we basically got that done in a day. And we got people from our class in to do backing vocals.
Right,
just
good,
got
good.
them all into the big live room to shout.
Right, excellent.
Fear and all that crack. And
creates that excellent, that extra sort of ambience. Is that the word for it, isn't it? Oh my God, it's not animation anyway. But fair enough. Okay, so this is the raw recorded product then. So what did you do after that, guys? How did you get it mixed? And where did you send it to, or what did you do with it?
Well, I had heard from. Well, we'd actually all heard from a few bands down in Dublin who'd got recordings done by Michael Richards in Track Mix Studios, and he's what was the town? Just
Blanchardstown. It's just a wee town outside Dublin.
Yeah, so we contacted him, and he said he could mix and master the tracks, and what we actually did was, as well as recording the straight sound from the amp, we recorded a DI along with it. So we're just getting the clean sound of the guitar, and we brought both them down to him, and as well as using what we had recorded, he reamped all the guitars through his cabs that he had there, and he mic'd them up, and he recorded through his amps down there, and then he did that, and then he mixed and mastered the whole thing down there. We were down there for a day. We're in the studio for a day, and he did the whole thing. Right, okay. And
pleased with the end result then, guys?
Yeah, well pleased. Yeah.
It's amazing. Whenever I know what it's like when you record something and it's raw, you think, oh, that sounds great, that sounds really, really good. But then when it's actually produced,
yeah, of course,
you go, oh, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
So it's a great buzz, isn't it? Like, yeah, fabulous buzz. Okay, well, there's one track left to go in the EP, and this one's called Parasite's Eve. Who wrote this one, and what's it about?
Parasite's Eve, riff-wise, guitars would have been wrote by me and the other guitar player, David. And just as most of the other tracks, we wrote the riffs and basic structure of the song and brought it round to practice, and then just added the drums, changed bits about, added this and that, and then lost Parasite's Eve. And then I usually write the vocals after the song's been written, and we got that, and then the solos and all, they were not gonna slag David, we all love David, everyone loves David, but the solos, he wasn't really a lead guitar player, but he wanted to play lead in the song. But then after he decided to leave the band, then Connolly came in and he had the lead to the thing, and as you'll hear from this track, it's very great lead playing from
good.
Connolly, and just that's basically how we wrote it. And Parasite's Eve, what it's actually about is about a PlayStation 1 game that me and David used to always play, and we found out we had it in common, and then we decided to write a song about it. It's basically about this crazy girl that can make people spontaneously combust.
Very X-Men-esque.
It's just very metal topic.
Right,
you know?
okay, excellent. Well, first class, good stuff. Okay, but before we do play it, guys, I just want to put it out there where people can find out more about you as a band. So tell us where all your information is.
Most of Serpent's information is just under the info panel on our Facebook, which is facebook.com/Serpent Music 2012. And it's just got a brief synopsis of the band, how we started, and then what we're doing at the minute, you know. But yeah, it needs updating. We haven't updated it in a while. We need to start talking about this demoing for something new, hopefully an album maybe next year or year after.
Okay.
So
where can people hear your recorded material?
there's 2 tracks online at the minute. There's the Myriad Truce, which is under the form of the music video on our YouTube, Serpent Band. And Envenomation's also been released, and it's on YouTube as well, and it's on the same YouTube channel, obviously, Serpent Band. The other 2 tracks from the EP have not yet been released.
Right, okay, excellent.
But there is a lot of live videos of us, like.
Yeah, there's tons of
Yeah,
videos
we've got
quite a
lot more originals.
we've got a playlist of all the live videos we've put up on YouTube, with certain venues, so like the Limelight in Belfast, Fibber McGee's in Dublin, and the Old Town Inn in Cookstown,
and Voodoo in Belfast.
and Voodoo in Belfast as well. Yeah.
Okay, so basically it's all out there. It's all on the cloud, as they say, it can be found. And what about actually physically downloading the 2 tracks? Is that feasible at the moment?
Not yet at the minute. We've just the EPs for sale, and
hard copy.
Yeah, just the hard copy at the minute, and anyone wants to listen to it online can listen to it online, but just basically at the minute it's the hard copy.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we're hopefully going to get the Bandcamp up and running again, or Reverb Nation, and get tracks we've got released out, and then work it that way. And then, you know, once we've got all of our EPs gone and we record something new, hopefully we'll get all the EP up online sometime.
Excellent, okay. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having you in. I really enjoyed the chat with you, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you live on Saturday at Armageddon. It's going to be some crack.
It is.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be mighty fun. I'm just looking at the list here, the lineup list. Your user, third in. You should be on for about 3:30 in the afternoon, sort of between 20 past and 3:30. And you're on for an hour, so you're a full hour set of all original material, yeah?
Yep, all original.
Yeah. It's going to be good crack. It's going to be really, really good crack. That's Armageddon this coming Saturday at the Gaslamp Bar in Armagh. Well, we're going to finish up with you guys with the track that is Parasite's Eve. It's the 4th track in from your EP, Fear. Once again, it's been a pleasure having you in studio. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Pleasure being here.
Yeah, pleasure being here. Thanks very much.
More than welcome, guys. And indeed, when the album comes out, you'll be back up, yeah?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, any ideas sort of when you're planning to have it? Sort of, I know it's a long question to ask.
At the minute it's just we're only starting demoing, and we've got a...
Have you sort of set yourselves a deadline, 12 months, anything like that?
No, we haven't set a deadline, because that's what we did with the EP, and we don't want to do that again. It came out well, but we don't want to pressure ourselves, especially...
Yeah, because we've the means of recording like our songs ourselves, you know, with a multi-track or an interface or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to record it as best as we can, you know, with clicks and all, and get everything sorted, and then put some of the original material side by side and see what sounds good as an album, as a collective. But we've got, I think we've 5 or 6 new songs post EP, which we're gonna see, you know, what's album worthy and what's not, you know. But we're still writing, as we say, and you know, obviously them new songs, once they're finished, we'll get them recorded ourselves, you know, demoed for our own purposes, and then see what sounds good as an album.
Okay, sounds good, lads. Once again, many thanks for coming in, and you can catch up with Serpent live this coming Saturday at Armageddon, Armagh's first rock and metal festival. That's this Saturday, 2nd of November at the Gaslamp Bar, Thomas Street, Armagh. The guys are on stage there at around about 3:20, so don't miss them. If you're into your metal music, that is the place to be, and there's 9 other great bands playing as well too, so it's going to be a fun day. Once again, Serpent live on IUR FM 101.4 on the shoebox with a track called Parasite's Eve.
IUR FM.